So good morning. It's Sunday the 13th of August 2023 and today we're in Burslem in Stoke-on-Trent. So I'm looking at the town hall in Burslem on the left, and on the right we've got some new flats. We've got Royal Stafford Pottery, and we're looking now back again towards the flats. So there now we're looking directly across, and I'm sure that place that we're looking at used to sell things like oil paints. It could have been called Webley's. Let me know in the comments. We've got the old buildings there, and in the middle, well, just to the right of the middle, we've got the post office. I'm not sure whether that's still open as a post office. We've got a wheel there. What amazes me with these old buildings in the town, like the one at the left, how we've got trees growing out of them. There's the old post office. It does still look as if it is the post office. If anybody knows that, let me know in the comments. So we're looking again now towards the town hall. It's quite a nice little area there that they've built in front of it. I think they did that a few years ago. And just to the left of the town hall you can see the Leopard pub, which a couple of years ago caught fire. They had a serious fire there. So we've got Wright's Pies. The pub on the left hand side there I think used to be called the Post Office Vaults. I don't know whether it still is or whether it's still open. And as we can see on the right hand side of the picture, we've got the Leopard pub, which is completely and utterly burnt out. All as they have done with that is just put scaffolding up at the front, I think, to stop it falling down onto people. I don't know whether there's any plans to sort that out and rebuild it. It really needs to, because it spoils Burslem. We're looking there at the Moorland Road junction. And again you've got some lovely old buildings there. The post office is actually there now, Licky, so it looks like when I said the post office was open across the road, it's shut. And again we're looking up the town now. That sign there, look, it says Burslem Town Hall. We've got the old buildings again in front of us, and we're looking again at the Leopard pub, which, as I say, they did have a terrible fire there. The Leopard pub goes quite a way back as well, down to the other street of Burslem, to Queen Street. And later on in the film, if you stay tuned, we will go up that alleyway and have a look at the back of the pub where it's all burnt down. Now again, I wonder when they are going to sort that out, because it does look a total and utter eyesore and spoils Burslem. So we're heading back up the town now, past the town hall, and there's a little square here I can't remember what a lot of them shops used to be. So again, if you can drop me some comments and let me know, it'd be much appreciated. I do know where it says STOKE-ON-TRENT, the burger shop they've got there, that used to be KFC. And I think KFC in Burslem did close down quite a while ago. So there's a cracking view now of the town hall again. And that, I think, is the main entrance. We've got the clock tower. The rain now is absolutely lashing it down, so I do need my umbrella up. And I am struggling to film and keep the camera dry. So again, that's where KFC used to be, so we've got quite a good shot of there. It's now STOKE-ON-TRENT. I think that's quite a nice burger shop again, where they make their own burgers. We've got the statue outside the town hall. Marketplace store. Wedding dress shop. I think that's been there for quite a while. So we'll head up now a little bit further up the town. And we've got the building in front of us. I'm pretty sure that used to be NatWest Bank. The building directly in front to the left now, that used to be L. Jones Electrical Supplies. And they've closed that down now quite a few years ago, and I think they've made it now into flats. Indian Cottage Restaurant, quite a nice Indian restaurant that one is. I have been there. The New Inn pub, that's been there for a really good while. We're looking across there now to the Duke of William pub. Again, that's been there for years and years and years. And as I say, look at the trees growing out of the buildings. Why do the council let this happen to the buildings? Why do they let them fall down and get into such a state? Bricol air conditioning with the mobile phone tower on it there as well. I don't know whether they still use that building or whether they've moved out. We've got a good view there now of the corner. In the middle of the screen we've got Jones's Electrical again. Looking at the town hall in Burslem. St George's Square, they call that. Got a nice monument, like a fountain there. Somebody's left the rubbish. Having a good look there at the Duke of William pub through the statue. It looks like the Duke of William pub is still open. NatWest Bank again. That was a big building. I don't know whether the bank had all of that, but I can certainly remember it being a bank and being NatWest. And I think I've gone in there on numerous occasions. So we're walking down the square now into Queen Street. We've got Coral. That's a big betting shop there. That must do some business. The Bull's Head pub. Again, that looks open. Now, looking in front of us there, we've got Sapphire. That used to be Woolworths. And in the centre of the picture, the building there that's now, I think, a shop again, a convenience store. So we've got Sapphire there, as I say, that used to be Woolworths. That used to be a very, very busy store in Burslem. But now it's a restaurant, and it does look quite nice. Let's just have a look inside. They've got all the tables there set out and the glasses and the menus on there. It does look a nice place. New flats they built at the back of Burslem there, and we're looking up the square now again to the Bull's Head. I can't remember what that building in front of me used to be. I really can't. Let me know in the comments if you can remember. The chemist there, that's been there for a good while. And we're looking there now to where the Burslem Market used to be. Now this building, for years and years and years, that used to be Rumblow's. It looks like it's now a Polish food store. I don't know whether that's still open. So this is William Clowes Street. Now the door there I'm filming, I don't know whether anybody can remember, that used to be a place called Dance Aid, and you used to go up there to the top floor and there was a dance studio there. Washington Riley's Hardware and Ironmongers, that used to be a very busy, popular store in William Clowes Street. And this one used to be a fishing shop. I'm pretty sure it was called Pickering's. Let me know again if I'm right on that one. So we're heading down the street now, and again, if I can remember, I'm sure there used to be a factory down there, and that factory I'm pretty sure was called Johnson and Matthey. I don't know what they sold or made. Again, if you can let me know, that would be much appreciated. So we're walking back up William Clowes Street, and again we can see the chemist, which I say has been there for a good while. We've got the market door hole. That's where you used to enter the indoor market, and the place I've just zoomed on used to be a shop, and I'm thinking it was called Cards and Candy, selling sweets and birthday cards and Christmas cards and different things. I can't think what the other stores there were, so we'll have a look down here now. And as I say, the building there used to be Rumblow's. The M&M convenience store there used to be a travel agent's. I can't remember what that beauty salon used to be. The store Queen's Check, that used to be a sandwich shop. And the very, very bottom store, that used to be Boots. Boots was there for years and years and years. So the Queen's Check, that was the sandwich store. I don't know what the next two were, but I do remember the M&M, that was quite a famous travel agent, which had been there for a good while. And again, look at the state of the building. What is wrong with the council? Why are they letting the buildings go so bad and in rack and ruin? So we'll walk down Queen Street now, and we'll have a look. There's a butcher's on the right hand side, and that butcher's, from what I can remember, had been there for years and years and years as well. And then I think 2 doors down from the butcher's there's an insurance broker's, and that insurance broker's has been there for a good while. I used to know the bloke who run that. He was a big friend with Bill James, who was the manager of Rumblow's, and they had a lot to do with Burslem Rotary. Yep, there's the insurance shop, and it's still called Pottery's Insurance Brokers. I'm sure it's been called that for years. So next door to the insurance we've got the college. I think it's the College of Art. What I can remember, you did get quite a lot of students going in there quite a few years ago, so it was quite a busy building. I don't know whether it still is the same now. Really nice building, plenty of architecture on there. Across the road, look at the building there, look at the detail in that. Now we walking up a street, and I'm sure this used to be called Brickhouse Street. Now the building with the red boards, that used to be Mr. Dick's clothes shop. And next to it, I'm pretty sure they sold furniture. So the red building there with the broken window and looking a mess, that was Mr. Dick's. And that was owned by a lady and gentleman called Wendy and Bill Alcock. What a state the buildings are in. No windows, all the frames are out, windows and glass are broke. And like I said to you before, trees growing out of the building. So we'll take another look at Mr. Dick's, and you can see their sign there, look. It does say clothing on there. The shop there I'm looking at used to be an optician's. I can't remember what that was called, but that's where I did go for my first pair of glasses. And above all these buildings you've got foreign people hanging out the window. So whether they put asylum seekers in there, I don't know. If anybody does know, let me know in the comments. The building for sale, I'm sure that used to be the job centre for quite a few years. And directly in front of us, that was the back end of the Burslem market. So you could enter or come out of there from the market. I think you can just see the sign there saying Burslem Market. We'll have a look up here, and we've got Cox's Entry. There used to be quite a famous clothes shop there. I'm trying to think what it's called. Again, if anybody can remember that, let me know. Could have been Greenwood's. Let me know if I'm right. And I think that's where the shop entrance was, where that shutter is. So we'll walk back down the street now to Queen Street, and we'll have a final look at the end of that street. Again, everywhere is absolutely appalling, boarded up, dirty, broken windows, trees growing out of the buildings. The opticians again. Skip, full of bricks, so I don't know whether they are tidying that building up. So we're back on Queen Street, and again we're looking at the Art College. We've got all the shops at the bottom of Queen Street there. Yeah, School of Fine Art, so I was right when I said art college. Like I say, I can remember students piling in there. Another derelict building there with the trees all growing out of the side of the property. It makes me wonder what these are going to be like in another 20 years. If they don't do anything about it, I'm sure they'll be falling down worse than they are today. It just spoils the towns. Stoke-on-Trent Council really do need to get their act together and sort these buildings out. Now the building there on the right, I'm pretty sure, if I remember, that used to be the co-op. And I think they sold things like beds and that type of thing in that. Beautiful building that one is. Look at the decor on it. So we'll have a look down at the shops here. I can't remember what the Chacks used to be, or the shop next to it, but the alleyway there, that's going up now to the back end, like I promised you before, of the Leopard. It does absolutely stink up this street. I think raw sewage is coming down. Again, that's the back end of the Leopard pub, and as I said to you before when we were looking at the front, it does come down behind quite a good way, and it's totally burnt out. A lot of these buildings here, it looks to me like they're flats, somebody just going into one there. Look. Not a nice place to live. Cars parked all by the burnt out Leopard. They must be, as I say, people in the flats at the right. I've just looked through the windows of the Leopard and I see loads of pigeons in there. And the smell here is absolutely horrendous. All the buildings are a mess and I can smell raw sewage. Let's walk down the street and get out here. These look like they could be flats again as well. Rough cars parked everywhere. All overgrown, trees growing out the buildings. So we're heading now towards the end of Queen Street onto Waterloo Road, and the George Hotel is directly in front of us. Pub, that looks still open. They've got that road blocked with a machine down there. Taxis. Next to the taxi shop, which we'll probably have a look at in a minute, was Slack's Fruit and Veg. Kismet restaurant, that's been there for a good while. George Hotel. A good look at the Kismet again. That's been a famous restaurant in Burslem for many years. Indian. We've got the pub. That pub looks like it is still open and hopefully does quite well. We're looking there now up Queen Street. We've got Swan Square we're looking into. The Swan Pub, again that's been there for a good while. And the building on the right next door to the Swan Pub, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, that used to be TSB Bank. And that's the building I say used to be the Co-op. George Hotel, I think that is still a hotel. Now the shop to the right of the George Hotel, which I'm zooming into now, for years and years that used to be a trophy shop selling trophies. I think they engraved them there to whatever you wanted, and the George Hotel is still called the George Hotel as it says over the door. Swanbank Church, quite a popular church. I don't know whether there's any service on there this morning because it's just Sunday morning. Police car just gone sailing by. Swan Square again. And as I say, the building on the corner, I'm pretty sure was TSB. Let me know if I'm right. We've got an old phone box there. Would you use that? What a state. The Co-op building. The Swan Square pub, I wonder if that's still as busy as it used to be years ago. Yeah, on there, look, it does say bank. So I'm pretty sure I'm right with it being the TSB. The building in front of us in the centre, I'm not sure what that was. But to the right of it, that's where Robbie Williams used to drink. The shop in the middle of the screen, years and years ago, used to be a shop called Pleasure Treasure. And they sold toys, games, Scalextric, all that sort of thing. And then it was closed down and it was an Indian restaurant. But it looks like that's even closed down now. And again, look at the buildings, trees growing out of them. What is going on? We're just letting the towns go to rack and ruin. So wrong. We've got the War Memorial in front of Swanbank Church. I think that was for the First World War. These nice detailed buildings on the corner. Swanbank Church again. Everywhere you go in Burslem as well, pay as you go for your parking. So you've got to pay to them machines, get a ticket. Makes me wonder because they want Burslem pick up, but they're charging you everywhere for park. The Red Lion pub, as I say, very famous with Robbie Williams. Detail of the buildings again here, amazing. We're looking across at the town hall. And the grass areas, Swan Square. There's Robbie Williams' Red Lion again. So this is looking up Moorland Road. Another famous pub there. Can't remember what these buildings used to be. I'm sure somebody can let me know. And again, we've got trees growing out of the buildings. grid's blocked. That's a Robbie Williams memorial wall. I think he must have gone up them steps quite a few times. The Red Lion pub. Town Hall directly in front of us. Back to the War Memorial by Swan Bank. Can't remember what the shops on the corner used to be. Again, if anybody can, let me know. And I'm really interested to know what that building on the corner was there. Again, let me know if anybody does know. New sign telling us about Swan Square in Burslem. That looks like that's been put there pretty recent. The rain has stopped in now, so filming is a bit easier. Look at the detail in these buildings. They're absolutely amazing. Such a shame they're letting them go to rack and ruin. So we're looking up Scotia Road there. That road heads towards Tunstall, which we did film a couple of weeks back. So have a look on the channel. It is well worth watching. So this is the end of the video now, so thank you for watching. We will be back soon, so stay tuned. Thank you very much, and please subscribe to the channel.